post-match interview here at Erie following tonight's 2-1 defeat to Bedford Town in the Bedford Senior Cup. Dave, obviously not the result we wanted, but you must be really pleased with the performance as a whole. Maybe on another night, if we'd have taken our chance in the first half, it could maybe have been a different result. But with the fact that Bedford are 2 levels above ourselves, I thought we gave a really good account of ourselves this season.
Yeah, look, I said at the end, and we've spoken about it, I think unfortunately we lost the game in the first half, and not because of giving goals away, but we didn't take the chances. We made blindly 3 or 4 great opportunities, and we haven't taken them. So we've hit the post, obviously, from Adam, that hits the post, comes back to the goalkeeper and bounced. I think it bounced off him as well, and they scrambled that clear. Fad, who was a master at arriving in the box at the right time, gets a header. I think he's just the wrong side of the header, and he has another one that he's short to score, and unfortunately Temmie's arrived at the same time, and that could have been 2, could have maybe been 3 at half time. That's how well we played, and you know, and of course then Bedford were always going to change things. They had to. We walk out and they've already made 1 change, and they made changes quite quickly, and they had that patch for about 3 minutes. We lost Raf, who was doing a great job down our left side, by the way, and it's a shame for him because the lads, it's quite a serious injury he's got, and we're going to sorely miss him. He was fabulous at the start of the season. He's been the same since he's come back. So, you know, the most important thing that he comes out of it, he's okay. But we lost him, and that just for that 5 or 6 minutes with us trying to adjust, they cause us problems, you know, and they get their 2 goals that both come down that side. Until that point, I think Rafford and Luke had been great together. He'd shut any dangers off, and because he's so quick, he gets to the players, and like I say, it just allowed them. They took both the goals well. The second goal in particular was very good. We still had chances in the second half, not nowhere near as many, but we had a couple of good opportunities to get ourselves back level, and again that we haven't taken it, which has been our it's been probably our downfall the last few weeks. But you're right, I thought it was a great performance. We changed our shape today. Bradley Bell started. We've had him a few weeks. We haven't been able to give him a start. I thought he was excellent, especially playing alongside Connor. Back 4 excellent. And the way we played shaped the rest of the midfield around those 2. Our movement was outstanding first half, you know, and Chemi led the line well. They struggled with his pace, and on another day maybe their centre half gets a second yellow, and they go down to 10 men because of, you know, there was certainly a rash challenge, and even Bedford boys thought it should have been, but just how the luck runs out sometimes, isn't it? So, but they're really pleased. Can't have asked for any more. Couldn't be any more pleased with them. We just, unfortunately, the coin came down the wrong way for us.
Skip, we were saying about the missed opportunities in the first half. See, it's almost been as Dave has just said, it's been a bit of an Achilles heel for us this season, because it's better to be creating lots of chances and not taking them than it is and creating no chances and not scoring goals. So there is a positive in that respect, but is it a frustration from your perspective that we're playing a side like Bedford tonight where we know we need to be at the top of our game to get a result, and if we could just bottle that and deliver those kind of performances against the teams that we've been dropping points in obviously the league, where potentially we could be as a result?
I think that's probably the bigger frustration of tonight's performance, rather than the chances we're missing. Because again, down the years we've had strikers that have scored a lot of goals very quickly, and then teams above high levels come in and poach them. So you have to be realistic. If we had a striker this season who bagged 10 goals before October, he wouldn't be with us anymore. The chances are. So let's be realistic. That we're good players. They're not taking all the chances they can, but that's one of them. I think the bigger frustration this season is the fact that we're putting ourselves in positions where we're chasing games, and you can see the goal early doors. As a team, we're snatching at chances, whereas if you're in front, goal always looks a bit bigger, keepers always look a bit smaller. So, yeah, the chances, it's slightly frustrating, but we are who we are. We play good football, we create the chances, we're not taking them all. I think the biggest concern for me is how can you turn up and perform against Bedford Town, top of the table, undefeated, and play them off the park and concede a soft goal and draw. Today, Bedford, first half we were the better side, second half they've upped their game, but overall we deserved something out of that game. Effort, quality, and then you're without naming other sides in the league where you've just turned up, started slow, gifted goals, chased the game. I mean, it's no coincidence that we equalised in injury time against Hitchin, equalised late on against Barton, equalised twice against Hadley in injury time, Hertford in injury time. It's ridiculous what we're putting ourselves through. So we're keeping the unbeaten run going, but yeah, if we could bottle that performance for 90 minutes, for the next 4 or 5 league games, we'll be putting ourselves in a very good league position, ready for the new year. But that is Biggleswade FC at the moment. Can't complain, because this time last year we was just above the relegation.
So that's the thing. I mean, we kind of with the start we had a bright start. We were up the top, and it almost makes I don't know, maybe a false expectation level that we are maybe one of those sides that I think personally on our day when we're on it, we're a match for anybody in the division. But it's just finding that level of consistency to get us on a run. And in past seasons, this time of year, just going into Christmas, just after Christmas, has notoriously been a decent time for us to get on that run. So I guess we'll be looking for that moving
well,
further.
When I speak to Dave and James, I look at who we're playing next, and you look at them, and if they're in the top 4 or 5, I'm buzzing, because I'm thinking we're up for this. That's who we are. And then you find out you're playing a side in the bottom half of the table, and dare I say in the relegation zone, and you're just thinking, well, I don't know, it's like a box of liquor all shorts. You just don't know what you're going to get, and sometimes the performances, they are very disheartening. But again, great group of lads, can't complain, it's just one of them. But tonight I just knew we would turn up, I knew we would play well, I knew we would give them a game. What we needed to do tonight was score the first goal, so to get everybody up for this, which we did. What I wasn't expecting, if I'm honest with you, is to create 3 chances like we did. Because now you're thinking, you're coming in at half time winning 1-0, thinking that could be 2.
I said to some of the guys on the sideline, this has got 1-1 at half time written all over it, because we'd had so many good chances to double our lead. And unfortunately we got in at the break, but as I say, it was just slightly frustrating because we didn't turn that really good spell into more goals.
It is, but again, I think if we'd have got the second goal, that would have been an interesting game, because in fairness to Bedford, the second half they've upped the pace, they've moved the ball quicker, they've gone a little bit more direct, they gave us a lot more problems, they scored probably at the right time, because I know there was a lot of time out of the game through Raf's injury, but 60-something minutes, if you can get to 70 minutes, we've all been there before, where you're chasing a game, you start to make the wrong decisions, you start to get the ump with each other, you get the ump with the officials and decisions, and I just thought if we could get to 70 minutes, then we'll be. But they scored 2 goals very quickly. Second one was well worked, in fairness, well taken, and you think of the chances we've missed compared with the 2 that they've had, and you think, oh, just one of them. But that's why they're step 2. That's why we're step 4. And, we go again Saturday. Excellent
stuff. Looking ahead Saturday, Marlow away, opposition that we haven't played before. Can we expect many players? So obviously we're missing 1 or 2 that would ordinarily have been in the squad, missed out tonight. Can we expect any returns on those fronts?
We've missed all attackers, really, didn't we? But we might see 1 of the 3. We could be lucky enough to get 2 of the 3 back. Well, obviously we'll lose Raf now for a fair period. We took the opportunity with Tom coming back and helping us out for a few games to just get try and give some rest to Alex because of his heel. So I would say to you, one, be involved in Alex. We could well have Sonny back. We may have Peter back, but we'll leave that right to the last minute. Sonny's just waiting for the results after last week's sort of episode, and if he gets the all clear, which they've suggested he will, he'll be back for Saturday for sure. And just depends on Pete's ankle. He'll let me know Friday. Hopefully we may get the two. But yeah, that's it.
Do you think, obviously we've got Marlow Saturday, then we've got Tame on Monday night. Do you expect to mix it up a little bit with regards to the squad? Because again, like one of the things I thought was very good tonight was you brought Bradley into midfield. I thought he did very, very well. Ethan came into midfield. I thought he had a decent game. So we are. It's a good place to be in terms of the squad where you can bring some different players into key positions and we're still very, very competitive and yeah, we look decent.
Yeah, I think we'll mix it around quite a bit. Again, we had a long period without changing too much, but we're also conscious about lads getting game time. You know, we had the bench was decent again today. Leo being back from holiday. And we will mix it around again. We've got 2 games to get through in 3 days. Becoming experts at that. But we'll, yeah, look, the midfield I'm sure will change. We won't change. Our defence doesn't change a great deal. We've only really got the 5 players for 4 shirts, so that pretty much stays the same. But yeah, we won't put the same side out on Saturday.
Excellent stuff, gents. Well, must be due another trip to Winter Wonderland soon, Skip. So
full strength.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be full strength for that. So all with our licorice all sorts. Yeah, as I say, good account of ourselves tonight, and we go again Saturday away at Marlow.
Brilliant. Thank you.